Hello, everyone. I'm Joanne Yeoh, interspecies communicator and energy intuitive. And I was very drawn to the latest question on Ask the Pro. So here's the question, which is, what, in your opinion, is better, to be given as much information about the animal and the issues before communication, or do you prefer to let the animal tell you all about it? And how do each of these possibilities affect the communication? Let me say how much I'm excited by this question because it is something that when I was first learning animal communication, that it was something that I wondered about. And so I'd love to be able to share with you my thoughts on this and my experiences as well. Okay, so let me take the first part of the question, which is better, to be given as much information about the animal or to prefer to let the animal tell me about it? Okay, so with regards to the information that we ask the animal's person to provide to us, which would be their name, their gender, their species, their age, the time that they are with their person. It just creates a sense of, it creates a profile for that animal. It just gives us a sense that we get to know the animal almost like an introduction. So it's a way of connecting with the animal initially. So yes, we can connect with an animal without knowing any details about them. But I think just to help us to feel an initial connection with both the animal and the person is quite useful to have that profile. Now, when it comes to communicating with an animal, there are two ways to communicate with them. One is whereby the animal's person provides us with the questions, things that they're curious about, things that they're concerned about. And then there's another way of communicating with the animal, which is what is termed as freestyle. So in a way, perhaps that's the question, which is better? I would say from my experience, both of them have their benefits. So there are some, there is a thought around that if, the less we know about the animal as told by the animal's person, then we are less likely to be influenced by the information. So really that to me is the key reason why we may choose not to have too much information given to us, at the start, because we don't want to feel as if the information we receive kind of plays around in our mind when we're trying to connect with the animal, and we kind of get influenced by the information. Or sometimes we can feel that the information we receive is the same as the information we were given, and then it can kind of provide some level of doubt that, oh, maybe it's because I read about it and now, so it can make us feel a little unclear. So when it comes to say an animal who has a lot of issues, and the person is just so almost found somebody who they can talk to about this, just tells you so much information about the animal, I would also say allow them to have that outlet. So allow them to really list out all the things that they've been worried about, things that they are concerned about, things that they feel confused about. Because a way of working with that information without worrying that it's going to influence you is go through all of that with the animal and say to the animal, your person describes that you do this, or your person describes that you kind of show this behavior, or you appear to be like this, and go through each and every single one in them just to get a sense of whether that animal agrees with their person. So that's one way of using the information given to you if you feel as if you've been given too much information. Okay, so that it's a way of working without feeling that you're going to be too influenced by the information that's coming through. So then to go over to perhaps, where you would like to work with very little information or just knowing the profile of the animal allows, in a sense, more freedom to just be in receiving mode, just to see what comes through, just to allow the animal to share whatever it is they want to share about, which is a very lovely experience. And you can be incredibly free and open with regards to what you receive. However, in some circumstances, that can be quite, perhaps you can feel under pressure, because it may be that you don't know where the conversation is going. You may feel as if the information that comes through may not really make sense, or it's not really helping the animal's person with regards to some of the concerns or issues that they have. So freestyle is exactly freestyle. There's no structure to it. But it allows very much for us to be open to listening to the animal, to be very much part of their experience, asking them to show us, tell us, share with us everything. So it has got their benefits. Now, I'm trying to kind of see if I can make this into a bit of a structured answer for you. So when it comes to, so you're asking which is better, and the answer is neither is better, both are good. And I like to combine in my sessions, I like to combine both, because it allows me to serve both the animal and their person. And really that's, for me, is what interspecies communication is about. All of us are involved, the animal and their person is involved. So it may be that you wish to start off with just a profile of the animal, and you enter the communication session with an open mind, an open heart, an open spirit, to say to the animal, just share with me anything that you'd like to say that's important, or just, I'm here to listen. So that's a really lovely way to start the session. And then ask the animal person to provide you with information about issues or concerns that they have, which is why they've contacted us in the first place, to receive a communication, and then work through that information together with the animal and with the person, and just check what resonates with the animal and also with the person. So we are still getting the perspective of the animal. So I hope that makes sense. So let me just check that question again, just to make sure I've got all of it covered. So is it better to be given as much information? I'd say there's benefits to both. Perhaps start off with just a profile. Start off with allowing the animal to share with you what they want to share, and then go into the information, that the animal's person wants to share with you. But even if at the very beginning, when you first get your email or your first phone call and they start telling you everything, don't panic. Don't stop them by going, no, don't tell me anymore. I used to do that when I was in my early days. Go, no, don't tell me anymore. It's better if I don't know. But actually, that person really needs someone that they can share with, and it gives you a sense of where that animal's person is, and you can use everything that they're saying and telling you to check with the animal point by point. Okay, and how do each of these possibilities affect the communication? Well, just to kind of summarize, if you are somebody who feels as if you can be overwhelmed by too much information, then it's perhaps better that your style is that you work freestyle. Okay, someone like myself, I can do both. I like a little bit of structure within kind of being freestyle, so I would combine the two. So for some of us, freestyle can freeze us. I've had students share with me that when I say freestyle, just practice freestyle, I go blank. I don't know what to ask the animal. So again, if your personality, your own personality is that you like some structure, then go with structure. If your personality is someone who likes freestyle, then go with freestyle. Animals really like to work with what we're best at as well. But at some point, perhaps combine the two. So perhaps that's my answer. Combine both. Have a little bit of freestyle and have some structure. Okay, so I hope my answer is helpful to you. Thank you. Bye for now.